In the small town of Maple Glen, there wasn't much that could outshine the steady rhythm of everyday life. It was a place where folks knew each other's names, where school bake sales doubled as social events, and where the single basketball court at Maple Park was the heartbeat of the community. Every afternoon after school, the echo of basketballs bouncing off the pavement mixed with laughter, sneakers squeaking, and the occasional shout of "and one." It was a sacred ritual for the town's youth. Among the regulars was Jamie Bennett, a 15-year-old with wild curls, a shy smile, and a deep love for basketball. Jamie wasn't the tallest, or the fastest, or even the best shooter. But there was something in the way Jamie played, heart, pure and raw. To Jamie, basketball wasn't just a game. It was a place to belong. Jamie's older brother, Marcus, had once been the star of Maple Glen High. With a silky jump shot and lightning-fast handles, Marcus had been the name called during Friday night games under the gym lights. Scouts had come, scholarships had been offered, and dreams had soared. But life, as it often does, had other plans. Marcus tore his ACL during his senior year. Surgery followed, and then rehab. The scholarship offers dried up like morning dew under the sun. The town mourned his loss like a community might. A legend retired too soon. Jamie was left in Marcus's shadow, one filled with cheers that turned to sighs. "You're Marcus's brother," people would ask. Then their eyes would flick down to Jamie's wiry frame, and their smiles would falter. Jamie never held it against them. He knew Marcus's story by heart. He had watched every game from the bleachers with wide eyes. But he also knew his own journey was going to look different. So, Jamie kept showing up. Rain or shine. Summer or snow. He practiced dribbling on the uneven court. Worked on his left hand. Shot until the sun dipped behind the oaks that lined the park. And Marcus, now in college part-time and working at the community center, started joining him more and more. "Crossover tighter," Marcus would say. Like snapping a rope. They bonded over drills and dreams. Jamie looked up to his brother not for the glory he once held, but for how he kept showing up even when the dream changed. That spring, Coach Dunlap, the grizzled yet beloved Maple Glen High basketball coach, held tryouts for the junior varsity and varsity teams. The gym buzzed with energy. Kids stretched, joked, and sized each other up. Jamie walked in with an old pair of Marcus's hand-me-down Kyrie sneakers. They flopped slightly at the heel, but Jamie had stuffed the toes with tissue and wore 2 pairs of socks. They'd do. The tryout drills were intense. Wind sprints. Shooting. Ball handling. Scrimmages. Jamie missed more shots than he made that first day. Some passes sailed. A fast break ended in a trip over his own foot. He left the gym dragging his bag, heart pounding with self-doubt. But Marcus met him outside. "You were nervous," he said, handing Jamie a bottle of water. "It'll get better. I don't think Coach noticed me at all." "He will. Show him who you are tomorrow." And so, Jamie came back. Day 2. Day 3. Each day a little better. A little stronger. On the final day of tryouts, in the last scrimmage, Jamie saw his moment. The game was tied. There were 10 seconds left. The ball was passed to him at the top of the key. Coach Dunlap watched quietly from the sideline. Jamie dribbled once. Twice. A defender lunged. Jamie faked, stepped back, and, heart in his throat, launched the shot. Swish. It wasn't flashy. It wasn't perfect. But it was enough. The list was posted outside the gym the next morning. Jamie scanned it, finger trailing down the names. Then he saw it. Bennett, Jamie, Junior Varsity. He grinned so wide it hurt. He looked down the hallway and saw Marcus leaning against a locker, arms crossed, smiling. "You made it," Marcus said. Jamie nodded, still in shock. That season was one of growth. JV games in small towns. Long bus rides filled with team jokes and shared earbuds. Jamie became the sixth man, then a starter. He wasn't the highest scorer. But he became the glue guy, diving for loose balls, setting picks, encouraging teammates. His nickname became the Engine. Maple Glen noticed. The town started showing up for JV games, too. Little kids started asking Jamie for tips after school. One day, Coach Dunlap invited Jamie to practice with the varsity squad. "Let's see what you've got," the coach said, tossing him a ball. Jamie didn't hold back. He defended seniors. Hustled after every rebound. Hit 2 corner threes. By the end of practice, varsity players were patting him on the back. "You ever seen a kid work harder?" Coach Dunlap later said to Marcus. Marcus just smiled. "He's not in my shadow anymore." That spring, Maple Glen held its annual Hoops for Hope charity tournament. It was a community-wide event to raise money for local families in need, featuring food trucks, three-point contests, and a big game between town legends and current high schoolers. Jamie was invited to play. The whole town turned out. Lawn chairs lined the park. The smell of kettle corn filled the air. Kids with sticky fingers and face paint ran between games of horse. The final game was tight. Jamie's team trailed by 2 with seconds remaining. The ball was inbound to him again. He dribbled, just like in tryouts, and pulled up from the elbow. This time, it bounced. Once. Twice. Then fell through the net. Tie game. The crowd erupted. The game went into overtime, and Jamie's team pulled away, winning by 5. He was lifted on shoulders. Photos were taken. He even signed a few t-shirts. Afterward, as the sun dipped behind the trees and the court began to empty, Jamie sat next to Marcus on the bench. "You're proud, huh?" Jamie asked. Marcus looked at his little brother, taller now, stronger, still with those wild curls but now with a fire in his eyes. "I always was," Marcus said. "But today, the whole town knows why." A year later, Jamie started varsity as a sophomore. He still wasn't the flashiest player, but when the team made the playoffs for the first time in 5 years, every local paper ran his picture. Maple Glen's heartbeat had changed, not from a single shot or one perfect game, but from one kid showing up day after day with a ball, a dream, and a brother who believed in him. And on the side of the Maple Park court, someone painted a mural, a boy in old sneakers, rising for a jump shot, sunlight bursting behind him. Underneath,